Hello, I'm Steve from XMA and welcome to Mission to Mars, and this is our Coding for Mars session. In this session we're going to think about coding, but actually we're thinking about thinking. It's not just coding, but actually it applies to many different subjects, and we'll talk about that in a moment. We're going to begin with a starter activity where we're going to hide a small toy and pretend this is our astronaut lost on the surface of Mars. So, find the toy and go and hide it now. With your partner, you're going to give them some instructions on how to find your lost astronaut. So, use the iPad, open up the camera, use the video, and make sure the camera is facing you so you can see it clearly. You're going to give some instructions that your friend is going to follow. Think about the language they will understand. Think about, for example, forwards. Forward 4 paces. Turn right, turn left. Maybe more precise could be turn right 90 degrees and turn left 90 degrees. Think about the language they will understand and try and be as precise as you can with your instructions. Now, once you've recorded the video of how to find the lost astronaut, give the iPad to your partner. They will watch the video and see if they can find it. Once you've both had a chance to try this out, think about the language you used. Did it work? Were you able to find the astronaut? Did they have to give you some more instructions? We're now going to use the Sphero robot to program again, but we're going to break our big problems down into smaller parts. So, use your Sphero robot and the iPad together. We're going to connect them using Bluetooth. So make sure you have Bluetooth turned on your iPad and the Sphero Edu app open. Along the bottom you can choose Drive, and this lets us see how to change the colour of the Sphero. Did you know that Mars has a blue sunset, not a red one like here on Earth? Can you change the colour of the Sphero to a blue colour? Can you make it fade from light to dark? Can you change it from a grey colour or white colour down to a lovely bright blue colour? An advantage of doing this colour changing is to think about whether your Sphero is connected correctly to the iPad. Now, we're going to drive our Spheros around. Imagine now the Sphero is the Martian rover. So put the Sphero on the floor and we're going to drive around the surface of Mars. As you move the joystick around, did it go in the right direction? Maybe we need to check the aim. On the iPad, press the aim button and you can see now a blue light appear on the Sphero. This helps us make sure it goes in the correct direction when we want it to go forwards. On the floor, see if you can drive the Sphero to meet where your Martian is hiding. Now, we've been driving the Sphero around, but we can actually program it using some code. This can be done either by drawing a line for the Sphero to follow, or by using blocks of code. So, start a new program and select blocks. From the menu at the bottom, choose Movement, and then choose Roll. Roll has 3 parts to it: the heading, or the direction it's heading, the speed, and the duration, the amount of time the Sphero will roll for. Try these out. Can you get the Sphero to roll in a straight line? Apple have produced a wonderful range of materials called Everyone Can Code. This involves lesson plans and resources for children as they're beginning to learn to code, and as they move up through school and into their secondary school, they can then start to develop apps. For the younger children, we use the Get Started with Code books 1 and 2. This uses the Tinker app to get the children to think about big problems and breaking it into smaller steps. They move on to Swift Playgrounds. So as they're reaching the top of primary and into secondary, they will use this to learn more about the Swift language. There's a whole range of resources and lesson plans in the Learn to Code books 1 and 2 and Learn to Code 3 book. As the children progress, they can use the app development materials as well. So we have a progression from the Get Started with Code materials to Learn to Code to app development with Swift. So how do we apply this to our classroom? You can think about our mission to Mars theme. We've used an astronaut lost on the surface, and we've been programming the Sphero to go and find them. You could make a maze in your classroom just using tape on the floor or other objects. You can think about how you can be precise given the instructions to get the Sphero through that problem and help them find our missing astronaut. So I hope you enjoyed your visit to Mars, and I hope you enjoyed your coding.